Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture in this course. So in this video we are going to discuss about a timer. So in our application we need to add a time here, a timer. Why should we learn about PySide 6 timer? Most of the GUI applications are time bound and it is used to capture information about the program runtime and other similar tasks. So the timer is very important. So where do we get the timer? Timer is part of our Qt core module. So what we need to do, we need to import the datetime module, and the datetime module is part of our Qt core module here, which is found in the PySide library. So what we need to do is to import the datetime here. After importing the QDatetime class or the QDatetime module, what we need to do, we need also the QTimer. It's also part of our Qt core. So we need our timer here, and also what we need to import signal. Okay, so this signal here that we are importing, this is just, it helps us to connect the timeout signal to the appropriate slot. And to call start, we need to use this signal. And this QTimer or the QTimer, its purpose is just, it provides the interface for times. If you need an interface for a time, this QTimer, its purpose is to provide just the interface for times. And it's used to create and connect timeout, even signal to appropriate slot. It can do the same as these signals. And also I think we all know about the QDate, about datetime module or datetime class. This QDatetime class, what it does do, it does provide the date and time functionality. What we need to do now, we need to make sure that the timer, our timer interface is, our timer is going to be displayed on the LCD. So we need to import what we call QLCD number. So QLCD number, it is part of our Qt widget module. So we should go here, then let us say comma QLCD number. So this QLCD number, what it does, it constructs an LCD number. Okay, when you say LCD number, for example, if I run here, okay, and my QTimer will display only a rectangle or an area where I should put my timer. But this timer, I need it to be in form of digit, obviously. That's when the LCD number comes in. So the LCD number have digits, in most cases 5 digits, but our timer is going to have 8 digits. So I will explain more as we code the timer. So let us go down here, and below here is where we are going to code our instruction for our timer. So let us give it a variable. Let us call it timer, and let us say timer is equals to QTimer, because we said our QTimer, this timer, it provides the interface. So let us pass it self here. So this is our interface for our time. Now we need to connect our timer with the signals and the timeout. So what we need to do, let us say self dot connect, and we need to connect this timer, this interface, okay, and the signal that we have imported. So let us type signal, and this signal we need to put our timeout, and let us, so we are going to create a function, and this function, let us call it update, because it's going to update the time. So let us say self dot update time, like this. We are going to create this function. Now what we need also to do, in order for us to display the time, I said the time is displayed using QLCD timer, because it gives our Q application or the interpreter a certain number of digits. You can put 2 digits, you can put 3 digits or 8 digits. I will show you what I'm explaining practically. So now let us code this function. So let us call it show time, because its purpose, the QLCD, is to display the number of digits or the time digits. So let us say equal to QLCD. So QLCD number, So let us just pass self here to put it on our interface. So after doing so, what we need is to say self.showTime, we need to set the segment style. We need to set the segment style to our QLCD. So after setting the segment style to our, let us say dot field. What we need to do is to set the number of digits. So to set the number of digits, let us say self.showTime dot set. We need to set the digits. So set the digit count. So we need 8 digit. Okay, I will show you why I say the 8 digit. And what we also need is to resize to determine the size of our QTimer. showtime dot resize. Let us resize it to 150 and a 50 width. Okay, a width of 50 points. And also what we need to do is to put our timer. So we need to start our timer as soon as the program runs. We need it to start running. Okay, so let us put 1,000, or you can put 100 to 1,000 here. Now what we need to do is the timer update. So we need to create the function. I think we created a function here for updating our time. So let us go down here. I need my things to be in order. So let us go here. So this was for our icon. Now let us define our function, and this function we are going to call it update time. That's the name of the function, and let us pass self here. Now what we need to do, we need to update the current time. So let us call this variable. Let us write our variable as current time is equals to, now we call the datetime module that we have imported. This datetime module, it has to do with the date and time. So we call this variable. So QDateTime dot, what we need is current time. Okay, we need the current date and time. So once we get current date and time, we need to convert it to string. We need to convert it to string. And to string, what we are going to display, we're going to display, let us format. This is date formatting. I think if you did Python basic, this is date formatting. So we're going to start with hours, then followed by minutes, then lastly seconds, just like that. And lastly is to display the time. So let us call self.showTime, because we need to display our time, showtime.display. So what we are going to display, we are going to display our current time. Our current time. Let us go up here and timer connect. Okay, let us put a bracket. Let us close the bracket here. Okay, let us close the bracket here, and let us remove this one bracket right here. Okay, then Control S to save. And okay, then so this is the time that we have, and what we need to do. So this is the frame, the QTimer, and the LCD is displaying our 8 values. So we need to move this to the right. We need to put it here. So let us come right here and press enter. Let us say self dot showtime dot move. So we need to move it to the right. So let us try to move it to 150, and downward let us say 3. Let us run and check. Okay, let us add more. So we are going to move it double. So let us say 444. Okay then. So this is it. So about the QLCD, what it does, for example, I've passed eight counts. If I put 2, it means on our timer I'm only having seconds. It only displays seconds. And if I put 4, let us say 6, or let us put 5. If I put 5, I have minutes. I will have minutes, only the minutes and the seconds. Okay, so that's why I pass 8, because 8 you can see that I am having all the hours, the minutes, and the seconds, as I have mentioned on my string here. As you can see here, I said hours, minutes, and seconds. So on my date formatting, that's what I've mentioned. But it is also determined by the set digit count on my LCD here, as you can see. So this is all for this lesson. Thank you for watching. See you on the next lesson, where we are going to design our timer. On our next lesson, we are going to design to put a background color and design our window. We'll see what we can do on the background. We are going to set some style sheet on our window. Thank you for watching. See you on the next lesson. Bye bye.